Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, and it is day 58 of the 100-day project. As I mentioned before, I'm just sort of doing my own thing every day, just sort of a challenge for me to craft every day for 100 days, which typically that's not a problem. I tend, not always, but the majority of the time, I make it into my craft room every day. But anyway, with that being said, today I thought I would try something new. I've never done this before, but I want to try to make washi tape. And I have a couple different things I want to try. First of all, I have this medical tape. It's like bandage tape. I think it's by NextCare is what I want to say. I use this a lot on like vintage book pages and that to reinforce them. It's a paper tape. So I'm going to try to make washi tape using it. I also have masking tape. And this one, I wish I had thinner, but I don't. But I thought if I wanted to, I might be able to rip it down. I don't know. This is like just about 2 inches, almost 2 inches. So I'm going to try that too. I'm going to try a few different techniques. I'm going to start out pretty basic, and then, well, I'm sure all of it's basic, but then move up to involving, you know, paints and stencils and all different kinds of things. I have some sponges next to me. I don't know if I'll be able to use this, but this is a sponge brush, some stencils, different colored ink pads, a few paints, and some random stamps. So I'm going to start. This roll is almost gone, but I'm going to start with this tape. And did you notice I have a new silicone mat? It's one of the purchases I got last week when I went out. And this tape is very much the same as washi tape. That's the last of that roll. You know, I might save this. Maybe I can roll some of that up if I keep it. Excuse me. So yesterday was rainy and windy, and I'm just going to put a couple strips out here to start with, and then we'll go from there. The rain has stopped, the sun's shining, but the wind is still wicked bad. And I think my husband said it's supposed to calm down as the day goes on, which I hope. The wind terrifies my dog. Get a quick drink of coffee here, and let me start my timer before I forget that. What is going on with my phone? Huh. Okay. Stop. Uh-oh. So my phone just locked up. Is that not weird? Huh. Let me try to turn it off and back on. Never had that happen before. Well, can't say never. That's just very weird. Sort of weird talking about technology. My little TV I have in here, it's, well, I guess if I hooked up cable or, you know, direct TV to it, I'd have TV, but I use it to stream, and like, you know, you can stream YouTube or whatever, and there we go. That was very weird. Okay, I'm going to start this. But anyway, one day I was sitting here, and You know, my husband's at work every day, and I'm sitting in my craft room, and all of a sudden that TV came on, and I was like, what just happened? And I don't know if it was an internet thing, but it sort of freaked me out. So anyway, let's get started on this. The first thing I'm going to do, I think on this one, I'm going to start with trusty old vintage photo. And I'm just going to ink and get my new silicone mat all dirty. Like I said, I want to start out basic because this is my first go at this. But I've been wanting to give it a try for a long time. I had some other things in mind for today, and I was like, you know, I want to do something different. Just want to do something different. Okay, so I'll start with that one. The vintage photo, put that over here, and then I might try these two colors out here. Yeah, I think I should probably start with my lighter color first, which I'm assuming would be the yellow, and I don't know how these are going to work on here. I have no idea. Because these are the distress oxides. Alright, so there's my yellow. I think I want to add some of that glue to it. I only have two of these little handles, that's why I keep changing. And this is broken china. I just want to add some of that. I'm sure we're going to get green. That's sort of pretty though. So we'll do that. Set that over here. Then on this one, I think I'm going to start with just some text. And I have this real little cheapo thing that I want to use. And I'm going to use black. When I went shopping last week, every place I went was out of the archival ink in the black, except for the big containers. So let's see, I don't want to get any on that one. I don't know how that's going to work out. So I just want to start by getting some text randomly. Some of that's getting a little bit dark. I don't want it real dark. I'll turn some sideways. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but we're going to find out. I don't know yet if I want text on this one or not, so I'm going to focus on one at a time for now. And then I have these little stamps. I bought this little 4-pack. I think these are American Craft or something like that, of small stamps, because I actually wanted them for hot wax seals. I wanted to try them on hot wax seals anyway. So I think I'm going to try one of these. And I want to use this cobalt blue to start with, I think. I'm just going to randomly stamp. Say randomly, and then they're all going in a straight line, but and of course you can get this, you can really go crazy with these. That's what I plan to do as we move on. I'm going to start getting crazy. So, not too bad. Maybe I will add, I don't know if that's going to come out or not. I feel like I need some, no, that's alright. So that one is like very basic. Let's peel it off here. And do we want to ink, maybe I'm going to ink the edges a little bit more, maybe, if I can without, well, I don't think it's necessary. I'm not going to. Let's just take it off here. And see what we have. So, it's not too bad, and I hope the light isn't too bright. Let me see if I shut this. Does it make it any better? Let me bring this light down for a second. Well, no. I don't think it matters. Hopefully it's showing up. It's not horrible. And it could be very cute on a page, actually. So, what am I going to do with this? I think I'm going to wrap it. And like, this tape is pretty strong. Like, you know, I told you what I use it for typically. But a lot of times you can peel it right up and don't have to put glue on the back. So much like washi tape, some you have really good washi tapes, and other times you have to add some glue to the back. I'm just going to wrap this around my plastic bottle here for a lack of a better place to put this. Try to do it straight, which I doubt that I can. Just for somewhere to store it. And then if you have to, like I said, you can add a little bit of your tape or glue to it to adhere it. So that's one. What do I want to do on this one? I do want to use some of these little flowers, but I want something. Let's use this. Trying to think what color I want. Well, let's just go with the black. Trying to think what color I want to do my little stamps. A little bit of a background. Whoops. Sorry about that. I don't know. Do we want it? I got this pink. Let's just try some different colors just to see what we like. And hopefully this ink isn't dry. Do I have it? Yeah, I got a piece of paper here. let's just add some color. You could add different colors even. I sort of like this one. This one's sort of pretty. I have a tendency to go to same colors, you know, because I'm always about vintage, and I think that's why it narrows to a certain degree, or my tendencies are to go to certain colors. So it's surprising to me when I add something with more color that I'm like, oh, I like that. Whoops. I had something smaller. I like that actually. I hope the camera's picking it up. And you know what we should do? I should have done that with that one too. I have my heat gun here. I'm gonna heat gun this just to make sure all the inks are dry before I wrap it, and then I'll give you a close-up. Hold on one second so I don't blast you away with the heat gun. Okay, I did that, but you know what? I filled this bottle up with water, and I just wonder if I spray it, if it would do anything with those distress oxides. So I'm going to try a little section of this. Maybe. Let's just see. It might make that, and that other ink might be alright. I just want to see if there's any reaction on the oxide paints, or inks rather. Let's do half of it. That red ink though is, let me just sorry about that. Let me turn you off and I'll finish drying that. Okay, so I dried this, and you know, it took a lot of the distress ink. It, you know, sort of soaked it away, but I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty cool, and I'm just wondering at this point if now I go back, and I think I will. I'm going to leave this one alone, that part alone rather. I'm just trying to, maybe I'll use some of this blue, and I'm going to go back with maybe this other stamp. Let's just see what happens, what it looks like. Just for the heck of it. Might be a bit much. I actually like it because it makes this look sort of like watercolor. I'll just put these on different ways. I do like that. Let me pick it up here. Of course, you know, with the little dots in the background too. Wow, let's, I don't know if I can get any little text back there. I'm just going to leave this one alone for now, but that's really cool. This is the one without the water and all. It's sort of much more muted and plain, but nonetheless, that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm gonna, these would be nice for friends mail, or when you're packaging something, you know, you could put it on the envelope. I think it's just, and of course you can use it in your journals. I'm really having fun with that. All right, so before I start getting too carried away here, I want to clean my mat. I kept my old one in all its filthiness. I've tried scrubbing it and it just, you know, I had the thing like, I bet 3 or 4 years though, so I can't complain about it. But I kept it because I thought there's times I'm doing certain things that I don't care what it looks like, and it still works, you know. So one last thing I want to do before I try the masking tape, and I don't know how this fabric would take to paint either. Okay, so I have these little stamps here, and I thought, and of course that Andals gets, I thought it might be cool to use those. I think what I'm going to do, just to make this one really quick, is I think I want to use the vintage photo, my old trusty. Do this one and then I could start with paints in that. Okay, that back there. And I think once again, my first inclination is to go to the black. That's what I'm going to do. It was between the black and the blue. And since I already did that in blue, I think I'll do this in black. And I just want to see I wonder if I can, no, these are too sticky. Move that back. I just want to stamp a row. Trying all these different stamps along there. Boy, that got a lot of ink. Let me try this. Do this long one. long enough, didn't I? I think I sort of twisted that one. I'll put these aside because I want to clean those. So let's just take a look. And I have stamped on this tape before. I've never inked it and stamped, I don't think. But it looks pretty cool. Sort of like travel themed. So that's neat. I don't know where I'm going to store these. But now, that'll work. And I'm going to wipe this ink up and we'll get ready to start making a really big mess. I don't know what side had ink on this. The other thing I had pulled out, I had these little stamps too. Some of those would probably fit perfect on that size tape, you know, like the butterfly, maybe the birds, the bee, the stamp. A few of them go in that direction. Alright, so the next thing I want to try, I'm going to put these back. I'm going to get this masking tape out. But I'm going to do a bunch together. So my timer is ready to go off too. I'm going to do one more strip. Okay, I'm going to turn you off and right back on. Okay, so I'm going to take a drink of my coffee. I think I'm going to start with paint. And what I did, this is my palette paper, which I shouldn't be using. It's for my art class. It's not very cheap, really. I don't think it is, but it's very convenient because you can just throw it away. Alright, so I want to start, I think, by adding some paint to this. I've pulled some colors and I really wanted a pale green. And I don't have it. So I'm going to use some blue, some of this blue, which in case you're interested, it's French blue, number 639 by Folk Art. I'm going to do that later. I got Barnwood and I got Country Twill. I think I will put some of this Country Twill out just in case. Maybe if it won't come out, there we go. Because I don't know how much paint I'm going to need to cover this. And my trusty green, I wanted a green. And this is the only green I have in there. And then I happened to think, when I did my jelly prints, green's one of my favorite colors. I don't know why. It has been most of my life. I don't know if I'm going to get any green. So, alright. Take some of this vanilla. Here we go. I'm going to set this green upside down. I think it's empty. But maybe we'll be able to get some of it. Alright, so I'm going to start. And I don't know how this is going to take to paint. But do I want the white? I'll start with the white first, the vanilla. And I'm going to use well, maybe I'll do that later. I'll do that as another coat. Let me, well, let's just take my finger here. See how that works. I'm going to take a little bit of this brown, maybe. I wonder if you could use, I want to see how this brush works. Yeah. It'd be easier than my finger. And I can go back with some other colors maybe. You're definitely going to need some more paint. Whoa. All the little crunchy monkeys are falling off. I'm just trying to start with my lightest color first, I guess. That's my thought process here. Because I'm going to add a lot of different layers to it, hopefully. Let's just get sort of messy with this. Right, when you use washi tape, typically you're just using small pieces, so not everything. I don't know if I like that brown or not. I was trying to pick some colors that I could stencil and stamp and all of that over. And alright, so now what do I want to do? What do I want to do? I think I'm going to take my sponge. And just randomly Do we want, let me take, well, I want to use one of those, I think, and do that. No, I'm going to do that. What color is this? This is another brown color. Brown. Let me turn you off real quick. I want to pull out a couple more paint colors. Okay, I'm back. This is a chalky paint. I don't know how this would work, but we're going to find out. Might add some of it. Trying to think, ew, that's too bright for me. It's called honey mustard, but ooh, that's way too bright. I found this green. Let me just think about this. I put another color on there. Well, maybe I'll put some green down. Green. I grabbed this burgundy. Probably should have given this more color thought. Alright, because I want to bring in, maybe I'll start bringing in some of these stencils. That's why I wanted to save this. Might grab another sponge over here. Just for different colors. I think I'm gonna, yep, I'm just gonna go for it. I just don't want to hold. Am I still on camera? Nope. Nothing happening there. Need more paint, and I don't think it's going through. There, it's getting a little bit better. Just need to be more aggressive with the paint, I guess. I'm just getting some background is what I'm trying to do. I don't like those big batches. But we can always cover them up, I guess. Maybe we change stencils. I just wanted to see if this, how this one would come out, honestly. Well, that looks like a bunch of, but it doesn't really matter. Alright, let's put that aside. This aside, that's all stuff that needs washed. I need to grab a paper wipe here and wash my hands. Just using a diaper wipe there to soak up some of that paint. Now, if I go back, I have these two stencils, and I thought maybe, I don't know, let's try some dots. I'm not crazy about the color choices I've made. I don't think well, let's start with the beige. Let's just see. I'm sorry I'm getting quiet. I'm sort of focused. You're probably thankful that I'm quiet. I don't know why I sort of find myself thinking of this as a piece of paper, you know, and it's going to be washi, so. Okay, that's enough of those dots. Then I have this burgundy. I don't know, maybe burgundy would have been the better color for those little dots. Try to use this end of this one. Just looking. I don't know if I'm gonna, well, let's just try a corner here. Little bit bright. Let's put some more white down here. Maybe try to tone it down a little. Okay, let's try that. Didn't make enough. Didn't make enough. Let's leave it at that. Let's just see. This is washi, so I know this looks like sorta, I don't know. But there's certain pieces that, as you use it and tear it off, You're not going to see how disorganized this all looks. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Okay. I'm done with the stencil. Now I want to dry this, and then I'm going to do some stamping, I think. Okay, let me turn you off. I'm going to dry this and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's dry enough to do some stamping, and I think we should do some background stamps first of all, I think. Right? I'll use my trusty old Tim Holtz, and I'm going to go with the black ink. I always go with the black ink. Just going to set this over here out of the way. Make sure I don't get this like super dark. I guess I could just do this whole stamp. Just going in different parts of the tape. I'm just going to start one corner, work my way around. Doesn't have to go the same way everywhere. Right, let's look at that. Put that over there to be cleaned. Wipe my hands off again. My hands are a mess. Alright, so then we could add, I don't want to make it too dizzy. I know I want to add some splatters on it. I'm just wondering. And I'm going to reset my timer because I just turned you back on. So I'll set it for 23. I don't plan on taking that long to finish what I'm doing, but let's see. What else do we want on here? We could just use some random stamps, quite honestly. Let's use some. Are these too small? Let's just bring them out. Bird, butterfly, like a bee. I don't know, let's start with butterflies. Maybe we'll do butterflies and flowers or something. And I'll get this blue ink. Let's just see. Do a couple in blue, see how we like it. Sort of like the blue. I want to try different stamps. Or do we want to stick with the same? I don't know. I'm going to try this one in a blue butterfly. Just turning them every which way. And maybe I'll do something different. Let's use a leaf. Of course, you can use whatever stamps you have. I'm trying to build on my stamp collection because my stamp collection is quite limited. I really like those. I think I'm going to stick with these. Been ordering stamps like crazy. Just trying to speed this along. I don't know how long we've been filming. But I just have a couple more things, at least one more thing I know I want to do on this, and then we'll call it a video. Maybe I can add a couple of these up there too. Maybe I'll add a random of these butterflies. Do I dare? It's all going to become background, I think. So I'm just going to go for it. No guts, no glory, right? What is it? Paint and tape and stamps, ink. Don't like it? We don't use it. All right, I think that's enough. And then I didn't use those. These I did. Good. So the last thing I want to do is I have some metallic gold paint, and I'm going to water it down. That in the corner here. I don't know, I might have it too runny. Let me just shut you off. I want to take the heat gun over that just to set the ink. Okay, that's done. I'll open this for a little bit of light. So I'm going to try splatter this without making a total mess. Just trying to make sure I get some splatter in most places. And I think I have. Alright, let me stick that in the water there. Let me dry this off and then we'll come back and take a look at what we got. Okay, I took the opportunity to clean up my brush and paint mess and my stamps and all that. I still have my mat and stuff here to clean, but I'm pretty pleased with the way this came out. I'm gonna take a piece of this off. And as you can see, I mean, it's great background. It's not like you're going to be using a big old piece of washi tape. Might be pretty on a envelope or something. But if you tear off pieces, it definitely has nice background to it. So let's just, they're probably all going to look the same since we used the colors and stamps and what have you. I really like it. I'm pleased with the way it came out. It's different than something I would normally do, but it's washi tape, right? You can use it in collage, on envelopes, Happy Mail, your Etsy orders that you mail out. Sorry about that sound. I'm real pleased with it. I'm going to turn that off. Stop. The one thing I wanted to try, and I don't know if it can be done or not, I'm going to see if I can tear a piece of it in half. I don't know that it can be done, but just to see. I just wonder what it would look like in half. Of course, you can buy masking tape in a much smaller width than what I had, but that's what I had. That looks really pretty ripped down. So I'm really happy with that. Let's see what this piece looks like. This piece looks to be a little bit wider than that, but that's okay. But you can see, not bad for an amateur, right? Don't mean to pat myself on the back, but I mean, I'm satisfied with it. Not saying it's great, but you get the idea. So that was a lot of fun. I hope that you all give it a try. If you haven't already, this is my first go at making it, and I really enjoyed it. It reminds me a lot of like jelly prints, you know? How you don't really know what you're going to get, and you keep going. And I can see like things that I would like to add. I really like this now that I've torn that down into a smaller piece. I really like that. Like that a lot. So anyway, there you have it. I hope you enjoy your Monday. I'll be back tomorrow. And happy crafting, everyone. Bye.